Going on, you guys? Look, it's Friday evening, and I made it online. I'm at my friend's house right now, and I'm back in Los Angeles. I'm back in California. Oh, are you guys okay? I was just saying, I'm back in Los Angeles, back in California. I'm staying at my friend's house for the next. Let's see, I'm here until Tuesday, so Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So the next 4 nights, I'm here at my friend's house. Um, and I'm out here because I'm filming a commercial. I got to be on set really early tomorrow, so I'm gonna do this live, and then I'm going to curl up in bed with a book and sort of just zone out. Because the good thing is tomorrow's a Saturday, and my call time is like hella early. So because of that, I don't have probably won't be too much traffic. But that doesn't mean that it still won't take time to get down there because we're filming like way down in San Pedro, so it's about an hour drive. I think even without traffic, it's not close. Let me tell you. By the way, look at my carnival mug I got on the cruise. I'm obsessed with this. Bless me. Okay, so it's Saturday. It's Friday night. It's about 6 o'clock, and I'm in the same time zone this time because I am in California at the same time as when I normally do my lives. So I'm hoping some of you guys will jump on and say hi. If not, I'll just try and keep it brief and give you the highlights. But yeah, I drove in today. I left around probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock from Arizona. I had to get gas. I went to CVS. I got a couple of things. Got on the road. Um, There were some. There's a lot of people today traveling, so I don't know if like just because it's a weekend or what. So there was a slowdown. They're also doing. There's also traffic. So like right, and they're like I don't know if they're widening lanes or what, but right at the California Arizona border, like when you're coming from Arizona into California, it was backed up for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes because of all the construction. So there's that. That was fun. I had to stop a few times to go to the bathroom and eat. So, um, I am trying. Like I said, I'm trying to find more workout in Phoenix, so I don't have to drive out here as much. So, I've been my goal next week when I go back is to look for more work, especially out there. It'll be easier to get around. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the chair. My button got stuck in the chair. Hold on. I was trying to get up and get something from the kitchen, and I got stuck. There's like little slots in the chair, and I got stuck. Hopefully, it won't happen again. But yeah. So, anyways, I'm looking to find more work out there. Definitely like with film work too. Like I've reached out to a few filmmakers I know out there. Try to get myself established out there, so I don't have to come out this way as frequently. And I do sometimes travel other places too. So hopefully, I'll get some film work somewhere else. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. That's what I wanted to do. So, anyways, I have a book to read. I'm still reading this John Grisham book. I started this at the beginning of the year. I've read a few books since then, but this one's kind of like the slow burn because it's so thick. But I'm about halfway through, so I'm hoping to finish this. I'll read this weekend, and then I also have my Kindle. I have a bunch of stuff on my Kindle, so I didn't want to bring too many books. Oh God, I'm all over the place today. I didn't want to bring a lot of books because I don't want to carry everything. So I also have my Kindle. Look, it says, "Boo, go away, I'm reading." So yeah, that'll kill us some time, and then because I'll read on set too. In between downtime, I like to read. So I'll finish this hard copy first, and then I do have a bunch of hard copy books too I want to read, but I didn't bring any today. This time I just brought this one John Grisham one, and then I have easily 100. I have like 100 ebooks I have to read. I have a lot of books I'm trying to read, so I'm trying to get crack-a-lacking and make a difference on my reading. Plus, I mean, he's not somebody I know. It's just I know him through the Horror Writers Association, but he also happens to live in I think in Arizona as well. And he has this new friend I have. He has a book, and he's looking for people to give like advanced reviews. So I told him I would review it as well because I started reviewing books on my Substack. I don't post it as much. Like I post my interviews, but I just the book reviews I just post. I don't really notify people they're there. So I was like, you know what, bro, I will read your book and I will do a review of it for you. So I don't think it comes out for a few more months, but once it does, I told him I'd read it and give it a review. But I said, look, I'm not the best when it comes to like reviewing books and movies and stuff, especially books. I said, I like to just do it sort of like a blog style of like what I was thinking and what I was at, what I was doing when I was reading the book. So he's like, yeah, no, I'll take whatever. So I was like, all right, just want to make sure. So, let me take this off because I stare at my reflection. It's like the weirdest thing. So I've stayed on for a few minutes. Isn't anybody on? It looks like one person jumped on finally. It's pretty chill tonight. I know that I went on normally than I later, a little bit later than I normally do. Although it's 6 o'clock, I try to go between like 5:30 and 6. But I also don't live. I don't do my lives as much as I used to, and I know that every time I do this, I have to rebuild my audience. You guys, I've got to get more consistent with it. Now that it's the Lunar New Year, that's gonna be my goal. I also I'm thinking about relaunching my podcast. I did a podcast for years called Mimosas with Michael. I wouldn't necessarily revamp that one, although all those episodes are online. But I might do the one for with writers. So I do that. I do the Substack page called "Is That Right?" and like writing, and it's about interviewing people in their creative process, and that might be a fun podcast to do. Um, but we'll see. I mean, I had a podcast for a while, and it did fairly well. I don't know if I want to do it again, but people seem to like the writing one. People read and enjoyed the interviews. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll reach out to some people and see what kind of guests I can muster up. Reach out to some of my friends that I know through the film industry, and if they're interested, then I will do it. But it's only if they're interested. If they're not, I don't think I'm going to have good guests. I mean, I'm still trying to build my audience. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to do the interviews now that I have, and they're just printed. They're just like typed up. So do a podcast would be even more. But I could alternate. I could have I do it 2 days, so maybe I could. We'll see. I don't know. It's all just things I got to think about. But I'm thinking about doing a podcast. Also, been thinking about today driving in. I actually miss doing photography, and I'm curious if I should do my photography again. It was just a hobby. I did it during the pandemic, but I was having a good time with it, and I seem to be good at it. I got on the cover of like 25 different magazines. So I mean, I don't know. I just gave it up because it took a lot of work. And I'll tell you one thing. I like shooting with models, but models and actors sometimes I love them. We need them, but they can be a tad flaky. Like sometimes they want to commit to things and it's tough. And it's like when you're doing everything by yourself, it's really hard to like be ready to shoot and then someone doesn't show up or they end up booking something differently. So there's that. So yeah, but sorry, writers always need a place to talk about their books. In fact, I was just on a group the other day on Facebook called Writers. I think it's called Writers Helping Writers, and they were asking about if people do any sort of podcast. So I mean, it might be something I do. I did mention my Substack page, and I got a couple of bites, and I tried posting it again, but I don't know. We'll see. You there are some people who just want to promote their stuff, but don't really want to do the work. So I don't know, you guys. I can only do what I can do, and I'm trying to do my best to grow as a writer and help other people grow, and try to give as much feedback as I can, and be supportive as much as I can. I know how hard it is to find support as a writer and filmmaker, and so I try to do that as well. I do try. I do try. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of people on tonight, so I don't know. I did it. I went on live for a bit. I think I'm just gonna probably lay down. I actually am getting kind of tired. Um, I mean, it's still very early, but I have been driving all day long, and I don't want to. It's also kind of hot in here. I have to take my sweater off. But you guys are awesome. You guys, thank you for. If you're not watching my lives, I hope you're at least watching. If you're not watching the lives, I hope you're at least watching the videos after I post them up. If you are, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Also, look, my hair is blue. My niece did that. That's gonna be on when I go on set tomorrow. Right. So, but all right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for always jumping on my lives. And all right, we'll talk later.